Why are these legendary Wall Street investors so bullish on Bitmine Technologies? Can Bitmine actually reach $100 a share, maybe even $200 by the end of next year? To answer these questions, we need to understand what's driving this stock. Over the past 5 years, the best performing stock was not Nvidia or Palantir. It was a company who just stacked a bunch of Bitcoin and gained over 4,000%. MicroStrategy was the first publicly traded company to create a Bitcoin accumulation strategy. And with this strategy, they were able to outperform Bitcoin by 2.5%, as well as every other stock in the market. Now investors are looking for the next MicroStrategy. Could it be Bitmine? Bitmine Technologies is not just another crypto stock. It's quickly becoming the world's largest Ethereum-backed company, attracting billions by some of the most legendary Wall Street investors. The idea is that Bitmine will become the next MicroStrategy, outperforming the market, but instead of backed by Bitcoin, backed by Ethereum. As Washington passes more historic pro-crypto regulation, it is Ethereum who stands to benefit the most. So if Bitmine does anything like MicroStrategy, we're looking at 2 times the returns of ETH, and that would put Bitmine somewhere between $250 and $300 a share. If Ethereum doubles, Bitmine quadruples, and we're looking at $160 a share. Of course, this is all speculation. You're really betting on these legendary investors to attract more capital. You need Ethereum to move higher, and you're hoping they can accumulate way more Ethereum per share, much like MicroStrategy. Now, Bitmine might actually have a better strategy than Michael Saylor that could take this stock much higher than anybody expects. See, Bitmine has somewhere between $4 and $5 billion of Ethereum, and that appreciates as the price of Ethereum goes up. Unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum pays a 3 to 5% annual yield, and that's millions of predictable monthly income for Bitmine. Now, Bitmine takes the yield, reinvests it back into Ethereum, creating more Ethereum per share. With Bitmine's current holdings, they can generate up to $100 million a year, even if the price of Ethereum doesn't move. So Bitmine is basically compounding their Ethereum position, increasing the amount of Ethereum per share. And of course, there is competition, but this is where the legendary investors come in hand. You have Peter Thiel, a billionaire who first invested into Facebook, co-founder of PayPal and Palantir, has a deep stake in Bitmine. Cathie Wood from ARK Invest, early on Nvidia, Tesla, and Bitcoin. Bill Miller, a Bitcoin OG billionaire who was in early on MicroStrategy. Stan Druckenmiller, the famous trader with 30 years without a down year and worked closely with George Soros. And Tom Lee, a high-profiled market analyst who's had one of the most accurate predictions of the market over the past 3 years. Now, when you have this many high-profile investors early, this means you can raise a whole lot of money to buy more Ethereum. Now, the whole goal of Bitmine is to raise net asset value per share. And with these legendary investors, you have more credibility when it comes to raising capital. With that capital, they purchase more Ethereum. With that Ethereum, they stake it and earn more yield. With that yield, they reinvest it to increase the net asset value, and they keep doing the same thing. This is a compounding machine. Now, one of the most ambitious goals of Bitmine is to acquire 5% of the entire Ethereum supply. Right now, they have a long way to go. They're currently at 0.5%. But keep in mind, as they acquire more Ethereum, this is going to push the price of Bitmine higher, because nobody wants to be late to the party. So should you buy Bitmine Technologies? Now, when it comes to me, I think Bitmine is just a leverage play on Ethereum, and it could outperform significantly, but you never really know. I like to watch the technicals, and currently I see a breakout on the daily chart. This stock looks like it wants to move a lot higher. So if you believe in the crypto thesis where traditional finance is merging with crypto and blockchain technology, this might be a solid investment to look through, especially with all these legendary investors backing the stock and the predictable income from the Ethereum yield. Now, keep in mind, this is not financial advice. I am not advocating for any purchases of this stock. This is a simple breakdown of why people want to own Bitmine, educational purposes only. Hey, if you found this breakdown helpful, let me know in the comments. Hit the subscribe button so I can make more content like this. And let me know in the comments, would you buy Bitmine Technologies? Why or why not? See you in the next video.